Stephen, congratulations. Fabulous job in Somewhere, and I really do mean that.
Oh, thanks,
We're
Jim.
imitating part of the film here because your character, Johnny Marco, does a press screening, or
Yeah.
a press conference here at the Four Seasons.
Yeah, although you always ask good questions. I always
Well,
remembered
thank
you,
you.
Jim, and yeah, the HFPA sometimes asks those wacky questions, which I think Sophia.
Like, who is Johnny Marco?
Yeah, you gotta love him, and it's always an entertaining press conference. But yeah, who is Johnny Marco? You know, I think, and Sophia had the real Hollywood Foreign Press in the movie as well,
what I
which
heard,
was
yeah.
even stranger yesterday. But
You know, Sophia, the poetic style of her directing is just sensational, and I really appreciated it, and I think most audiences around the country will too, because it's different. It's a different style that we don't get to see that often. You
yeah, it's almost more of a European style.
Yeah,
It's a stripped down portrait of a man, and she almost allows you to kind of be the fly on the wall in the most intimate. You're almost in bed with this guy. You're almost in the shower with
You
him.
talk about character driven. You know.
I mean, she just gave me the ultimate character and the ultimate character study type film, which, you know, she just allows you from the first frame to just. She sets it up where she says, this ain't going to be a cutty movie like what you're used to seeing. We're going to slow it down. We're going to get you in the head of this guy, and if you be patient with us, you're going to be rewarded at the end. And I think that's what happens. I think, you know.
From the opening scene, as you mentioned, the first frame, you're in the Lamborghini going around in circles.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Marco's life.
Yeah, exactly. He's got, you know, I think when somebody's in a painful place, got a hole inside, you almost look at the time on the clock. It's almost moving slower. You know, he has lunch, and then he's like, huh, what do I do now? You know, I guess I go out to the track and drive my car in circles. You know, I mean, what is he going to do? You know, he's just bored in his life. He's empty inside, and so.
I thought the father-daughter with Elle Fanning relationship was so real.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that a lot of divorced couples, or you know, fathers that have teenage daughters, will relate
Yeah,
to what was going on there.
I think so too. I think there's a very universal kind of poignant thing in this movie, which I think anybody that has a daughter could identify with. Maybe mistakes they've made, or maybe moments where they got busy in their career, or I don't know if you have a daughter, Jim, but
No, I have sons, but that happened to me.
but you know,
too.
you're busy on the road
Yeah.
doing all these movie junkets, and you know, and you maybe miss that one moment, or that, you know, I've had so many people in their older years too that I wouldn't necessarily have thought in the beginning would have gotten the movie, completely get the movie in such an emotional way, where they're calling their daughters after, you know, and like, I don't know, I just think Sophia really tapped into something special, which at the core, no matter how much you have, whether you're an actor, or Bill Gates, or, you know, a Wall Street, you know, the owner of the Four Seasons, whatever you've got, money-wise and luxury-wise, you're gonna be empty inside if you don't fix what's going on inside.
Yeah,
And
you can have everything, but
yeah, and that's very real.
yeah, that is very real.
Yeah.
As it shows in the film, some humor too.
Yeah, totally.
The
I
trip
mean,
to Italy, the
massage scene, I love that
massage
scene.
the pole dancers,
Yeah.
the molding of the face.
Yeah, I love that
oh my
scene.
God, you sat there with that stuff on?
Oh yeah, funny enough, I've had to do one of those. I think any actor that's had to do a comic book movie or something more in that lines of special effects, you usually have to do a head cast, and it's a very strange feeling. So to be doing that on film was even more strange, because I had no concept of what that camera was doing, and then to see the film and it's doing this slow zoom as this thing's hardening, and I know what it feels like, you know, and it's quite claustrophobic, you know. But that was I love that scene because it felt exactly like when Stephen, went for my head cast, you know. Again, Sophia kind of just strips the whole movie thing away and almost makes you feel like you're really in a real life situation with this guy.
I'm out of time, but I want to take the time to thank you.
Thank you, Jim.